Hey, fourth grade scientists! This unit we're going to be talking about weather and weathering and erosion and things to do with weather basically in our earth science unit. We're kind of pushing past our physical science. We ended with light and sound and now we're on to weather. So today I thought it'd be fun to start off our unit with making some rain. No, we're not actually going to make it rain in my kitchen, but we're going to make it rain in this jar. And you can definitely do this experiment at home. If you have some sort of glass jar, I guess it can be a cup, something that you can see through, a bowl that can cover the jar, it can be a plate as well. Ice cubes, a bunch of ice cubes, and then some hot steaming water. You'll need to eventually heat that up. If you need a parent to help you, please ask for help. So we learned in our light and sound unit that energy is needed to basically create different things, to create light and to create sound. Well, energy is needed to create rain basically. So energy forms our clouds, which has a lot to do with why it rains. So I am going to heat up my water right now, and as this is heating up, I'm going to kind of walk you through what you're going to be seeing here. Once my water is heated up, I'm going to pour it into this jar, and then you'll notice my jar, it's going to get pretty steamy, and it's going to start, you'll see a bunch of condensation on it. And condensation is basically when the warm water disperses, and you can see like already the rain droplets or water droplets on the side of this. It's because this is really warm and it's trying to escape into the cooler air, and that's basically what condensation is. You'll see condensation on your maybe mirror in your bathroom when you take a nice hot or a warm shower. It gets all fogged up because it doesn't really have anywhere to go. So my opening isn't super big. I mean, it's big enough, but that's when you'll see a lot of condensation. When I put my ice cubes in the bowl, that's gonna start cooling this down, okay? So when the warm water rises up, what is it going to meet with? Just kind of think about that. Warm water rises up, and then if I put my bowl on top of here, they're going to meet together. Think about that outside. When you have warm water all around you and you watch the weather and the weatherman says, oh, yep, chance of thunderstorms and rain. Well, how does that even start? Well, we have our warm air all around us, and then warm air rises. Have you ever been on like the top of a bunk bed and you know it's super hot, you don't have air conditioning? That's probably not the best choice to be on the top bed of the bunk. The warm air is rising. As it rises and it gets higher and higher, it's going to cool. So that cool air and that warm water is going to meet one another, and that's what's happening with this. The warm air is going to rise and the cool air is sitting here at the top. Okay, we'll see what is going on. I'm going to grab my ice cubes from the freezer. I'm just going to pour, I don't know, not all the way. You can already see it fogging up there. That's my condensation. I'm kind of just going to swish it around. Just be careful to kind of get that condensation to go away a little bit so we can actually see the results on our own. Okay, you can see it kind of fogging up there already. I have my bowl. I'm going to take my ice cubes, pour it in there, pour it in the bowl. Okay, this is pretty warm, so don't touch the sides super a lot. And I'm just going to put the ice cubes on here. Make sure that it's enclosed. You don't have to tape it or anything. Just make sure that it's covered enough. Okay? And then you kind of just sit and you wait. And you can already see there's no air that's really escaping, but you can see how foggy it really is. And you can actually see the droplets already on the side there. And it doesn't take much time. Okay, what I want you to get out of this lesson is that when warm air rises, well, warm air always rises, okay? When the warm air rises and then the cool air meets it, that's how you get your precipitation. And I'm sure you've heard that word before. Precipitation can either entail, which we all know, rain. It can entail sleet, hail, snow. So when it gets super, super cold, like in the winter time, and then when that precipitation is falling, outside it's super, super cold, so then it freezes, and that's how you get your snow or your sleet or your hail. Especially the hail, you know, you've seen like golf ball sizes of hail. That's a lot of precipitation coming together. I can already see water droplets on the side here. If you can kind of see that, they're starting to form there. And that's your, I guess you can think of it, that's your rain forming. Okay, so you have a combination. Lots of good stuff going on here, and you definitely can do this at home. And after a minute, I don't want to take up all your time and kind of just sit here. But obviously my ice is starting to melt a little bit just because it's room temperature. But eventually, when I lift up my bowl, I'm going to see that it's pretty wet, and you can kind of see all those water droplets underneath, which is exactly what we want. And you can see inside the water droplets on the side. Okay? Underneath the bowl, all that water. And that's kind of how you are making it rain.